How do you start to be a filmmaker? You just start. There's no process, you just start. And it takes a long time to learn, but really the only way to get there is just start. It's like anything else. You want to learn how to play basketball, you pick up the ball. You want to be a filmmaker, you just pick up whatever camera you have, probably your phone, and just start. Overthinking the process will kill any career in the creative space. You just have to do, not think. Kyle asks, what are your motivations to get up in the morning? I don't know, I'm always in a crazy rush to get my day started. Laying in bed is stagnation. It's like I'm not doing anything. So there's always a real urgency for me to get up, get out, and start the day. What's your best advice for young relationships? Rufus asks, when did you stop smoking? You know, I was never a huge smoker. I smoked for like a couple years when I was like 20 to 23. Running through an airport as fast as I could to catch my plane and like having trouble breathing, and that's when I was like, smoking is for idiots, I'm done, and I quit then and there, and I've never smoked again. Smoking's bad. Gabby asks, how do I realize what I want to do with my life? I literally have no idea, and I'm 19. Figuring out like your purpose or your passion or your mission in life is really, really hard to do. I've always said like, you should either be realizing your dreams or figuring out what they are. Figuring out what they are is really hard. The best advice I could give to how to figure it out is to keep very, very busy. And for some people that means going to college. For some people that means getting a job. For other people, it can manifest itself in a million different ways. But sitting around trying to figure it out will never yield results. Early run today. I'm trying something new. I tweeted out for people to ask me questions about running, and I'm going to answer those running questions throughout my run. This might be a really bad idea because I actually wanted to get a good run in this morning, but all right, standing in the middle of the West Side Highway. First question, what keeps you from quitting? For me, I just love it. Why would you ever quit something you really love? Okay, back to the run. Okay, on Canal Street now. Next question, how did I get into running? I used to run a little bit in middle school on cross country, but I didn't really get into it until I broke my leg in 27 places and the doctor said I'd never run again. The best way to really challenge me or most people is to tell them they can't do something. And that's how I got running. Okay. Gonzalez, what do you think about the comfort zone? I think it's the worst place you could ever be. When you're hungry, you want more. When you're wildly successful, you can embrace your hard work and be proud of it. When you're in the comfort zone, it's just blah. Alex asks, other than hard work, what advice would you give to better yourself both in life and in your career field? Focus. Focus is super underrated. Like, if you commit all that you are and all of your energy to one thing, how do you overcome the fear of doing what you like? I'm not entirely sure what you're asking, but taking chances in your career or taking chances in life is always scary. And typically, if it's something you really like, something you're passionate about, it requires taking a chance to pursue that. What I always ask myself, the question I always push up against is, what is the alternative? Like, if I don't do what I love, if I don't pursue this thing that I want to pursue, what is the alternative? I do something that I don't like because I'm supposed to. Fear is real. Fear is something you will always have to confront. But what's on the other side of fear is always something that's worth it. Ben Porter, who was the most inspirational member of your family to me? My Nana. She died a couple years ago, but my grandmother was my hero. I made a movie about her. I'll link it here. But she was a tap dancer. She entertained the troops during World War II. She found her passion in life to dance, and she did it literally until the day before she died when she was 92. She is just like, to me, she embodies everything that I've ever sought after in life, which is finding what makes you happy and literally doing it every single day. All right, one piece of advice for young people that want to get into the YouTube game.
Man, this is a tough one. I always push originality. Be original. There's no reason to be the next guy. He's already doing it. Be you. Like, that's the best advice I can think of.
Last question, because the sun's setting. Early mornings or late nights? Without question, early mornings. I love waking up in the morning. I hate sleep. And I usually get up at like 5 every day, which means by the time it's late night, I'm miserable. So I am 100% a morning person. Today, I want to talk about haters. And I do want to apologize right from the start. I tend to get pretty passionate about this kind of thing, so I am sorry for the bad language. The biggest question that I see is, how do you not let haters get to you? And the truth is, like, haters get to me. They bother me. No one's immune to that. Like, nobody likes to be put down. But there are a couple of things that I remember. First and foremost, haters are losers. Haters are unquestionably losers. They bring people down in hopes of elevating themselves, but that's not how the world works. If you're bringing someone else down, you're going right there with them. That is fact. Look, human beings, we come in all different shapes and sizes. We're all beautiful in our own way. Never pick on someone because of the way they look. You can't help the way you look. You've got to judge people by their substance, not by their superficiality. It is truth that better looking people have it easier in this world. So if you want to pick on someone, pick on really attractive people, because they don't have to work as hard as you or me. They just show up and smile. I'm sorry, if you're really beautiful and watching this, I don't mean to pick on you. A great question that I really liked is, how have haters contributed to my success? You know, I think every time somebody puts you down, it makes you want to push harder to go back up. I can remember dropping out of high school to get a job to support my baby and get us off of welfare. And like, my friends' parents didn't want their friends to hang out with me anymore because I was like a bona fide loser and bad influence. So certainly, the harder I work and the more success I find in life, the easier it is for me to come to terms with that. This is one of my favorites. Chelsea Peretti tweeted this. Haters are gonna hate, creators are gonna create. And that's probably one of the biggest frustrations of being a creator on YouTube, is that, like, we're the ones doing the work. You're just some typing in the comments. Like, while you're sitting there late at night in your underwear spreading hate across YouTube, we're up working. We're working really hard to make things, to put out there, to share ideas and share our perspective. Hating's really easy, creating is really hard. All right, I want to pull all of this together with one of my all-time favorite quotes. This is by the guy that wrote the book or the movie Fight Club. Happiness is the best revenge. Nothing drives people crazier than seeing someone have a good fucking life. And you know what? That's the truth. Jealousy and envy, that's behind most haters. They want what you have, they can't have it, so they hate on you. The more good you have, the more they hate on you, the more they push you down. Some thoughts in general. Give people the benefit of the doubt. Assume that they're being good. Assume that they're being positive. It makes you vulnerable, and every once in a while you will be proven wrong and you'll feel like a jerk because somebody who you thought was good turned out to be an But the truth is, the alternative is to be a negative, skeptical, cynical person. And there's enough cynicism in this world. I give everyone the benefit of the doubt. I always assume the best. And sometimes I'm wrong, and that makes me feel like a jerk. But I deal with it because it's a very small price to pay. So I want to end this by saying something I've said before, which is, ignore the haters. Ignore them because they don't matter. They're small, weak, feeble people who are unhappy. They're deeply unhappy. They're hurt. Deep down, they're hurt. And hurt people hurt people. When you're hurt, you spread the hurt. And that's what they're doing. The next time you're being bullied, the next time you're the recipient of a hater's negativity, know this. Their punishment is their life. Something my brother used to say. Know that while they might be picking on you with a smile on their face, writing that comment with a snarky look on their face, when they lay in bed at night, they're not happy. They don't feel good about themselves. They're weak, scared little people, terrified about what tomorrow might bring. I'm not going to say who asked me this because I have a harsh answer. Why should I trust myself? How do I know it's not a waste of time and money? If you're asking yourself that, then you shouldn't trust yourself, and it is a waste of time and money. You need an unbridled confidence to succeed as an entrepreneur. Arthur asks, best tip for young entrepreneurs, never give up. And that sounds like a platitude, but I mean that. Because if you try and then fail, and then try and then fail, and then try and then fail, and then try and then fail, and just keep doing that, eventually you will succeed. It takes the gumption to keep going that separates the winners from the losers. It's like that poster where there's a kitten hanging off a tree and it's like, you haven't failed until you've given up. That's true. I'll end this on a personal question. What's the biggest risk you've taken and was it worth it in the end? First, I'll answer the question. Yes. And the biggest risk probably for me was moving to New York City. I was 19 or 20 years old. I had no money. I had no work experience. I had no education. I had no friends. I had no contact. I had no resources. I had a 3-month sublet, and then I was homeless. My only previous job was as a dishwasher, and I moved to New York City to become a filmmaker. And I did that with a 2-year-old son. It is one of the few times in my life where when I look back, I have no f***ing clue what I was thinking. I just blindly did it. It was a purely emotional decision. There was no rational or logical reason to take a chance like that. Looking back, it only inspires me and motivates me more to embrace risk. Had I yielded to logic then, I don't know where I'd be. But I wouldn't be where I am right now, and I'm very, very happy right now. Do you care that people are trying to copy your way of making videos? Yeah, it's frustrating because I work so hard to be original and do my own thing, but at the same time, like, there's nothing you can do about it. People are just gonna copy because they like what you're doing. So, no, I don't like it and I don't encourage it, but there's nothing I can do, so I don't know, I don't let it get to me. I just keep trying to make more, better work.